All right, let's get into the next match. It is for the Intercontinental Championship. Dean Ambrose, champion, taking on challenger Baron Corbin. Who you got?
This is another one where I want to hope Baron Corbin gets this, right? Because I just want to see him with a title, see what he can do with it. And I feel like maybe I'm gonna say Corbin because we've seen what Dean can do with it. We know what we can get with him. He doesn't need to like have it running, like to build it any credibility when Dean Ambrose has the IC title. So we can always put it back on Dean Ambrose whenever we want. It doesn't really harm either the title or Ambrose. So I think they may give it to Corbin and see what he can do with it.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a match to establish Corbin in that upper tier of maybe challenging for a world title down the line, maybe later this year. And so I think this will be a good springboard again for Corbin. We're kind of seeing the different levels of his career. First, he started with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Now the Intercontinental Championship. Who knows? Next year, maybe he wins his first world title at WrestleMania, and you just start to see that process. But for this, I've got Baron Corbin because they need another upper tier guy, and if he loses, that does nothing for the main event picture because then it still just leaves Miz and AJ as those heel type characters. So you need another guy, and I think this is where you get the Baron Corbin.
With Corbin, he's kind of in that second wave of NXT bring-ups, and I think he's kind of progressed the fastest out of those.
Well, and he's the guy that I like to point out, too, that isn't an indie guy. He wasn't the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Nakamura, Bobby Roode, where you knew him from something else. This was a homegrown product. Now, you have Enzo and Cass as well as far as homegrown products, and Rusev, but that second wave, like you're talking about, he's the homegrown star from that second wave, at least the most prominent in my opinion.
And maybe Finn Balor, but we had to kind of stop that so short it's hard to kind of put him in a competition.
But you also knew of him in New Japan if you were a hardcore fan. You didn't know of Baron Corbin 3 years ago.
No, they built Baron.